The technology I'm going to show you tonight is one called Gimkit. To get to Gimkit, all you need to do is type Gimkit into your search engine search bar, and it'll bring up this area where you can do Gimkit Live Quiz Learning Game. And what you're going to need to do to set up your first one is go into the sign up. I already have a Gimkit set up, so I'm going to just go ahead and go to the learning game, and it's going to automatically log me in to my account that I already have. Now, this Gimkit could be directed towards teachers, but it could also be directed towards students. I see a great opportunity for students to be able to create their own kits in order to quiz each other, or even to test the knowledge of the student at that time. So I think it could be used either way. And it could be used, I think, from kindergarten all the way up into seniors in high school and even beyond that. Now, Gimkit is not a 100% free technology. It does start out that way for your first 5 kits and a kit edit. And after that, it ranges from about $4.99 to about $9.99 a month. What I like about this, the best part about this, is that it was created by high school students in Seattle, and they still to this day run and control it. As you can see, I have done some playing with Gimkit here. I have a tutorial and I have another one called multiplication. Some of the things that you can do is that you can check seasons, and there's some different settings that you have available here. A game setting, the language and the currency, for if you're not an American, or the music that you would like, and then just the opportunity of some different accounts. But I'm just gonna stay with reality show. The currency being played with is dollars, but like you see, you have different monies, the euro and the yen and the pound and all of those different kinds of things. But we're going to go ahead and stick with dollars. And language is English. You also have options of all sorts of different other languages that are available. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my dashboard here and look at the kits. Now, creating a kit for Gimkit, one of the things I love about Gimkit is that it is very simple to do. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go ahead and create a new Gimkit. In order to do that, I need to create a name for my Gimkit, and so I'm just going to create another one called multiplication, and we're going to do multiplication 3. Because I'm directing it towards 3rd grade, and I'm going to create my kit from scratch, so I'm going to choose from scratch. You can also choose to create one from Quizlet or import one from another place. So I'm going to go ahead and click next, and it's going to give me the option to choose a cover. You can choose any kind of GIF available out there. Search. I'm going to go ahead down here to the default images. And just choose an image from here. I'm going to actually choose this running stream because I think it's really pretty. And once I get into here, I am given to create my first question. In order to create that question, I have to come down here to add question. So the first question I'm going to add is 11 times 5 equals, you have the option to add an image over here. I'm not going to do that right now. You also have the option to let the student type in the answers, or multiple choice. I'm going to choose the multiple choice option. So in this first spot, I'm going to give the correct answer. So the correct answer is 55, and then I'm just going to answer, give some different answers here. And then now that I have all my answers in, I'm going to add the question. I'm going to add a few more questions here real quickly. just so you can see how simple it is to do that. I'm going to put that into a small x, not a large x there. There we go. So it looks more like a times, not an x. And put in my answers. And add quiz. Now I'm going to go with these 3 questions that I have right now, and I'm going to go ahead and create kit. Now it's going to pop that question to me. Are you sure you want to create this kit? This kit contains less than 5 questions. I'm going to go ahead and say okay, because I just wanted to show you what it was like to create a kit. It's very simple, does not take very long at all. And so now I want to show you a tutorial. I'm going to show you the tutorial I have here and just show you how GimKit works. I'm going to click on my tutorial and it's going to bring up a GimKit that I have already created. You can see that I have the questions here. Not a lot of questions with this one, but I do have some questions here. And from this option, from this screen, I have the option to play. I also have the option to edit, to preview, or I can also see the reports, create a copy, or delete. And I'm going to see if I can pull up some reports from the last ones. We look right here. I'm hosted 22 hours ago, and I'm going to show you what the reports look like from this. This is one of the greatest options you have here is being able to see a report. It's going to give you the general statistics, so it's going to show you what the final balance of everything was, how many questions were answered correctly and how many questions were answered incorrectly, and the accuracy, and that's for your entire class. And then you're going to go down to a question breakdown, and this question breakdown is going to show you how many of your students got that answer correct and how many got it incorrect. And it will show you over here, your net amount. So you can see what they're understanding, what they're not understanding, but it also gives you individual reports. So if you look here, you have individual reports for a player named Michelle, which is me just playing with this. But you can see that which questions I got correct and which questions I got incorrect. And it'll show you every one of those that was correct and incorrect. It also shows you how much money I ended up with, how many questions I answered correctly, how many questions I answered incorrectly, and what my overall accuracy was. And you get this for every single one of your students. Now it does make it pretty lengthy to print off, but I think just having it here is a great option. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this and go back to my tutorial. I'm going to close this out and I'm going to show you a preview of what GimKit is going to look like. Actually, we're just going to go play the game. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on play. And once you click on play, it's going to open up another screen. And that screen is going to show you the other options that you have. So the other options that you have when it comes to GimKit are you can play Classic, which is the student playing by themselves, or you have team mode. And team mode is just students working together in order to play the game. And you can set a limit on how many students you have on each team. So we're going to go ahead and play Classic mode. Once you get to that, you have a goal of the game. So you can either give it a time limit, or you can make it a race, or you can make it all players try to earn as much money as they can, but the game ends when the collective total hits whatever your choice is here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a race. And since it's just me, I'm going to do it pretty low here. We're just going to do it at $75. And I'll show you why I did that. My starting cash is going to be You can choose any amount. I'm going to go ahead and do my starting cash at 10. And then you have the option of a handicap. And a handicap just means that a student can't lose more than negative $20. And then you have the options to allow the students to see the answer if they get the correct answer if they get it wrong. And so I have that turned on. I did turn the music off just so it's easier for this demo. And I'm going to turn off clapping, but it will show you at the end of where that's possible. Now you also have power-ups, and power-ups are ways for students to earn more money. And themes. There's different themes that you can add in here. I'm just going to leave that on. It's colors, and I'll show you the power-ups once we get in there. Clean power-ups only. The clean power-ups are only the power-ups that means the power-ups do not allow any other students or players to be hurt. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue, and it gives me this screen that has a number on it, and that number is the number that you will give your students when it comes time for them to play. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new window and go to search GimKit on here, and it's going to bring up another screen, and I'm going to have a choice of, let me get out of here, I need to sign out of here, sorry about that. It'll bring up a screen where you can do a join game, and your students are just going to join the game. Once that comes up, you're going to put the game code in there and click join, and then they're going to ask for your name, and I'm just going to write teacher on here, and we're going to join the game. Now you can see on the teacher side that you have one player, and in order to go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and click start game. Once I hit start game, it should bring up the game over here. So let me just show you how that works. Blank times 2 equals 14, 7. So for every question I get right, I'm going to actually make money. I'm going to click on that. But for every question I get wrong, I'm actually going to have money deducted. And I can view the correct answer, and they'll continue from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue this game a little bit and just show you how it works. Now here's the shop option, and the shop option is you're going to go in here to shop, and you can choose these power-ups. The power-ups you can choose are money per question, a streak bonus, so for questions that you get correct in order, and a multiplier. I'm going to go ahead and do this money per question and purchase that, and I'm going to go back and play my game some more. And as you can see that now I earn $10 more per game, and you can go in and do any of those at any time. And you just continue to play this game as you go through until somebody gets to your final total. And we should be getting pretty close there with getting to the, oh, there we go. So now that the game is over, the student will see what place they got and the final money they had, how many questions they got correct and how many questions they got incorrect. And then here on the teacher screen, you can see how many they got correct. Now up here where it says view report, when it comes to the end, you can actually see that report like what I showed you earlier in our tutorial. So this is GimKit. I chose a couple of different standards to go along with this. The first one was ISTE Student 1C, use technology to seek feedback that informs and improves their practice and to demonstrate their learning in a variety of ways. And the other was CK1, candidates design, facilitate diverse learning opportunities that reflect subject content and academic knowledge. I think this is a great technology. I've spoken to a couple of our educators here, and they are excited about it too. Thank you for your time. Have a great evening.